This video has been sponsored by one of my absolute fave software providers, GoProposal. If you're an accountant or bookkeeper with your own practice, you absolutely should be using GoProposal to price and quote your clients. GoProposal is the best quoting software that exists. Don't believe me? Click on the link in the description and give it a go for free. You won't look back. Join the GoProposal community and start earning the money you deserve. Back to the video. I was recently asked by a client whether a trip abroad for the two directors plus a member of staff for a strategy planning day would be allowable as a business expense. It's not completely black and white, so I thought I'd record a video explaining how this all works. This video is for company owners who want to know what they can and can't claim for doing business trips abroad with their staff. Remember, HMRC are not going to make it okay for people to go on holidays or go on jollies and claim it as a deduction against taxable profits. Otherwise, we'd all be jetting off all over the place. Ignore the fact that I am almost always on holiday. That is neither here nor there. So let us look step by step at what a trip away could be and the tax implications of that trip. If there is a business reason for the trip, i.e. you're going to visit a client or a potential client, or maybe there's some kind of business event going on, or you're potentially expanding overseas and you need to scope out the market, etc., then crack on and claim all of the costs of the trip. It needs to be wholly and exclusively for the purposes of the trade. If it isn't, then it would be a personal expense and treated as such in your accounts. So assuming that is not the case and you are still taking staff abroad, then it would have to fall into another category, and whichever one it fits into, the tax treatment will follow. Starting with staff training. If an event is classified as staff training, then you might be okay. Staff training events or team building that enables an employee to do their job better and can be evidenced as training is allowable as a deduction for corporation tax. Not only that, there is no benefit in kind on the employees, so no extra tax or national insurance to be paid. Hurrah! For example, Smooth did a team building day recently at escape rooms. This falls under training, as the point was to get everyone working better as a team to solve problems. We also had lunch, but again, this is fine as it is incidental to the team building event. So you couldn't take the whole team to like a golf day for the entire day, but have a 1 hour strategy meeting in the middle and claim it, okay? The golf day is not incidental to the training. However, the legislation is very, very clear that any costs for this type of thing can't be excessive. It states, and this is a little bit techie, expenditure that is manifestly uneconomic may be an indication that there was another non-business reason for doing it, in which event you should disallow it.
I think I got it, but just in case, tell me the whole thing again, I wasn't listening.
So for example, if you can show that your 3-day strategy planning trip to Spain is costing no more than the exact same event in the UK, then you might be able to argue this. Bear in mind that the tax inspector is going to want to know why your strategy meeting couldn't take place in your offices. So that's training. The next thing to consider is staff entertaining. So we all know about the £150 per person per year allowance, right? You know, where you only have an annual allowance of £150 per person per year and everyone must be invited, even the ones you don't like.
Why are you here? I didn't even invite you to my birthday party.
I work here.
If it's over this amount and or not available to everyone, then it's a taxable benefit. And again, what we call a benefit in kind will be triggered on the company and the employee. A P11D will be needed, see my other video on this, for the cost of the entire trip, flights, hotel, etc. You will have to pay national insurance as the employer, and each of the team that attend will have to pay tax on the amount. I appreciate that this can be a little bit harsh if you just want to be generous and you want to treat your team, but them the rules. The other option, if it is staff entertaining and above the limit, is to apply for a PAYE settlement agreement with HMRC so that you can pay the additional tax and the employee doesn't have to. Your accountant, if they're any good, can arrange this for you. And the last final thing, as a director, if it's actually a personal expense in nature, is you will take a dividend and pay personally for all of the costs of the trip. Depending on your total income for the year, this may actually be the cheapest option anyway. Again, your accountant can advise the tax implications of doing this. I know it might seem that other companies manage to take their staff away abroad, and how do they do it? The honest answer is one of the options in this video. There's no secret loophole, trust me, or we'd all be heading off to warmer climates and popping it through the business every time. I hope that's been useful. Any questions, pop them below and I'll do my best to answer them. Bye.